Hi, this is Matthew Fee, and I'd like to invite you to the Touch for Health Goal Setting and Metaphor Training Workshop. If you've already had Touch for Health 1 and 2 and the Touch for Health metaphors, you may already be enjoying using the metaphors and goal setting in your sessions and sharing with others how to do that. And if you haven't quite got the hang of it, or in either case, you might be wanting more metaphors. So I want to invite you to come along to the Metaphors Training Workshop. And just as a little history to the metaphors in the training workshop, my father, Touch for Health founder, John Thie, started out with making some little jokes about the muscle test. So for example, the psoas muscle could be your kicking muscle. And he found when he shared this, people just jumped up and started spontaneously making the expressive movements of kicking. And he found that making expressive movements and contemplating the possible metaphors of the muscle movements, of the meridians, and of the five elements was very effective in balancing muscles, but also made the balancing more enjoyable and actually more effective. So what we originally did was come up with a chart of 111 metaphors and different possible questions related to those muscles, meridians, and five elements. And then we came out with a book to explain a little bit more detail, more in depth on goal setting, more details on the metaphors. And then, of course, just like with Touch for Health, people wanted a workshop to be able to really utilize effectively the information in the book. And so, in addition, certain instructors would like to teach this information. They are already teaching this information all around the world. So that's one of the reasons for the training workshop. But actually, just like with the Touch for Health training workshop, is designed isn't only to certify instructors, but to give confidence to students, to practitioners, to people who want to be using goal setting and metaphor in their lives. So if you've already had Touch for Health 1 and 2 and metaphor, you're welcome to attend the training workshop. If you're already an instructor, you can then, a Touch for Health instructor, you can then be certified to also teach the metaphors workshop. And if you're not yet an instructor, you can also complete the practical and written assessment at the end of the workshop and receive a certificate of proficiency. And that may be important for your scope of practice or just for confirming your confidence, your knowledge that you know plenty about the metaphors to safely and effectively use goal setting and metaphor in your sessions and sharing that information with other people for their self-care. So just a little bit more of the benefits of the training workshop. First thing is just more. We'll get more into the metaphors. We'll get more into the details of goal setting. You'll have more chances to practice with people who are kind of at your same level of practice. And you'll see more demonstrations, the way I do goal setting, the way that I play with the metaphors. And of course, you'll have some different exercises designed to raise your awareness of your own skill and your own competence in facilitating people in finding their positive goals and working with metaphor. So we'll have different exercises then in the basic metaphors workshop. And of course, that assessment to reinforce and confirm your knowledge. So and the last thing is that this is a chance to take a workshop with Matthew Thie. And although I absolutely recommend you take classes with your local instructors and you have sessions with your local practitioners, that's not only benefiting you, but that's supporting your local community and helping develop the community of group support. But I think there is also something in addition to taking a workshop with Matthew Thie. Coming from John and Carrie Thie and the founders of Touch for Health, I may have some extra insights from the roots of Touch for Health and my 20 years experience of sharing Touch for Health and metaphor. There may be some additional information that you'd like to get. So I recommend both ways. And if you can't come see me in person, and we can actually do Touch for Health in person as originally thought, at least you can come and get some exposure to my way of doing Touch for Health via the audio visual platforms on the internet. And if we're doing it by the internet, it's although we can't physically touch, what I found is especially the goal setting and metaphor, that coaching and facilitating people through the dialogue aspect is very effective with the video. And although we do maybe miss something about being able to physically touch, we really can reach out and touch people in a way, sense of supporting them to find their own goals, their own passion, and help to balance their body and their energy. And in fact, by doing it over the internet, it forces us to be even more in that empowering, facilitating mode of relying on self-responsibility and the person's own awareness of themselves and assessing what's going on with their own muscles, posture, and energy, and being able to take charge of their own lives, their own vision for their life, and the balance of their muscles, their body, their energy. So it really reinforces and makes even more powerful the self-responsibility model of Touch for Health. So even if you've already had metaphors or even the training workshop in person, there's a reason to take it online just to start learning to do muscle testing online. How do we do muscle testing online? We'll be learning about self-testing through the range of motion, self-awareness, self-noticing through the range of motion, and also self-applying pressure in the contracted position. And you'll be fascinated to find this is sort of a different way of muscle testing, but we really can effectively coach people through that. So that's part of what you'll get in the online class. And in addition, you'll find different interesting ways to interact with other people through the online class. And hopefully you'll have more confidence after this class, not only using goal setting and metaphor, but using this platform to reach more people. So you'll be confident to get started, if you haven't already, doing sessions online. So you'll be more people will have access to what you are offering. And also, if you haven't started teaching Touch for Health online, this will help start getting you confident to see, yes, we can use this platform to reach more people and make Touch for Health more accessible. So I want to invite you to come along to the Metaphor Training Workshop. And if it's online, to benefit in addition to experiencing an online class and getting excited about sharing Touch for Health online. So looking forward to seeing you in person or over the video. And I'll see you there.